This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Wednesday, the 7th of February 2018. Here's what we're tracking this evening. The inaugural Guyana International Petroleum Business Summit opened this morning at a Georgetown Marriott with a call for more Guyanese businesses to prepare themselves for the benefits that the oil and gas sector will offer. Delivering the feature address, Minister of Natural Resources Rafael Trotman told the more than 700 delegates that the time is now for Guyana to move forward in the oil and gas sector. He said local companies should ready themselves and should also understand that when oil comes in 2 years, it will not be a Nancy story.
By 2020, in just 24 short months, we will begin producing petroleum and associated natural gas in substantial amounts. The destiny of Guyana will be realized. It is our destiny, ours to hold, ours to enjoy, ours to equally preserve and protect. This exposition and business summit represents the attainment of an important milestone. It is a maturation point in our development as a new and emerging resource-rich nation.
Meanwhile, the head of the Private Sector Commission, Eddie Boyer, offered the support of the private sector to the development of the oil and gas sector. In a speech at the opening of the summit, Mr. Boyer said businesses in Guyana welcome the advent of the oil and gas industry here, adding that Guyanese businesses are prepared to form alliances and partnerships to move the country forward.
We are ready with you, and I speak of Guyanese businesses, to form alliances and partnerships so that we can all work towards the happiness and prosperity of Guyana and Guyanese. Developing a connectivity will find new partners and investors, building success and creating jobs.
The Oil and Gas Summit has been billed as Guyana's premier annual international oil and gas-related calendar activity. It will seek to create opportunities for networking, investment, and capacity building for the local oil and gas sector. With 6 significant oil discoveries made in the offshore Stabroek block in just over 2 years, international attention is being focused on Guyana as the new oil mecca in this part of the world, according to the Ministry of Natural Resources. Let's tell you now that internationally recognized diplomat and Guyana's main legal advisor on the Guyana-Venezuela territorial controversy, Sir Sridhar Ramphal, has indicated that whatever decision is handed down by the International Court of Justice on the controversy will be legally binding. Speaking to journalists during a break at the Oil and Gas Summit here in Georgetown earlier today, Sir Sridhar said Guyana has been advancing the case to go to the International Court for the past 50 years.
What is at stake for Guyana is everything. So legal expenses are minuscule in relation to what is at stake. And what I think we're likely to do is to reassemble the team that was so successful in Suriname.
The veteran diplomat who once served as the Commonwealth Secretary General said Guyana is moving forward with taking the case to the International Court of Justice, and it matters not whether Venezuela agrees to appear before the court. Last week, the United Nations Secretary General referred the case to the ICJ after the latest round of the UN Good Offices process failed to deliver any result. Guyana welcomed the move by the UN Secretary General, but Venezuela has rejected the move and maintains its claim to Guyana's Essequibo region. And finally, in the courts, 4 Venezuelan nationals who admitted today that they are sex workers were fined $30,000 each and ordered deported after admitting to illegally entering Guyana. The 4 Venezuelan nationals were identified today in court as Mario Brito, Idis Herrera, Yesidi Sidian, and Sidian Herrera. They told the court that they are all in their 20s. The court was told also that the 4 were arrested on the 2nd of February at Etheringbank after they entered Guyana without presenting themselves to an immigration officer. According to the prosecutor, the 4 were stopped by the police and questioned and later charged for the offense. When asked in court today why they came to Guyana illegally, the 4 Venezuelans said they came to offer prostitution services. They pleaded guilty to the charge of illegally entering Guyana and were ordered deported. That's your evening bulletin for today. Gordon Mosley reporting for News Source.